Welcome to Bible Breakfast. This week we're talking about confession, responding to this past Sunday's message from Psalm 32. And our definition of confession is to admit to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. So, last 2 days have been about the benefits of routine confession and the biblical invitation to do it. So today I am assuming that you are totally convinced and asking the next obvious question. Who would I confess to? Because this is not a normal part of our culture at all, especially internet culture. Standard wisdom says the last thing you want to do is admit things, certainly on the internet, because like God, the internet knows all things, but unlike God, it does not forgive. Plus, even in close relationships, this is not a normal thing to do. Like, think about this for a second. If you just called up a friend and said, hey, I've done some bad things. I'd like to tell you about them. Not against you, just sort of bad things in general. Lots of thoughts. Some more serious stuff. Are you interested? They are not going to have a category to deal with that. Plus, the other person needs to know what to do. They need to know how to react. They need to understand the gospel context that exists around this practice. So, where are you going to find these magic people? At church. You're going to find them here. This is the group of people who have a group of other people who have understanding of what we're doing, right? Specifically, here at Change Point, we have dozens of life groups all over the place at all 4 campuses with life group leaders who are trained and are working to cultivate an environment of life change. That is probably going to be your best shot to find these people, and if you don't have them already. Statistically speaking, even at our church, you probably don't have them already. Here are some numbers for you. Before COVID, in a 4-week period, about 3,000 people would attend a Change Point worship service at one of our campuses. So let's call that the entire community that surrounds Change Point, 3,000 people. So the second number we need is a little bit trickier to figure out how many people are actually in community because there are so many different groups. There are so many different kinds of groups. There are people who are part of life groups at Change Point who don't attend Change Point on Sunday. There are multiple complicating factors, but we do have data. So the number of those 3,000 people who are in community is somewhere between 500 and 750. That means that even if at 750, more than 2/3 of the broader Change Point community only attends the Sunday service. And that is not really great because absolutely everything about the Christian life is better together. And in this age of social isolation and virtual everything, we think that is A, a very important message to say, and B, an important avenue to create. That's why this Sunday we are starting a new sermon series 4 weeks long called Better Together, and it is about life and community. If you are not in a life group, we are going to try to convince you to make the time. If you are in a life group, we are going to show you how to get more out of it than you ever have before. So that's on the messaging side. We are also going to have a new way for you to find community at Change Point. We are launching a completely new website this Sunday, September 6th. The new site is much faster, it's much easier to navigate, and it's got great new features. And one of the biggest new features is a group finder tool. You will be able to go online or in the app and scroll through dozens of life groups, see when and where they meet, what they're about, and then right there, contact group leaders and join groups from wherever. So in years past, we've had a big fair and everybody walks around and stands really close to each other and talks to everybody else, and that's how you find your group. Obviously, that wasn't going to work this year. So, new sermon series this Sunday, new website this Sunday, new group finder tool this Sunday. We want to do everything we can to help you find life in Christ. And that means finding transformational community. God bless you, Change Point. Have a great day. I'll see you Friday.